Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be interviewing the co-founder of Solidus AI Tech. Welcome to this video, Mr. Paul Farhi.
Hi, Janice. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to have you in this interview. We love your project. I've made already one review. I shared so many times this project to my audience, and we had two more interviews. The last one in Dubai on the World Blockchain Summit. And it's a pleasure to have you on my channel for one more time to give more information to our audience and to learn more about the new developments and the changes of what it's important for the project. You know?
Yes, of course. Yeah, no, good to be here again.
Perfect. So where are you currently?
Currently still in the same place as where I was last time when we met. I'm in Dubai. I've been here now since the 14th of February. So Valentine's Day, I got here. I did go back to London last weekend just for a very short trip. And then I was back here after a couple of days because there's a lot going on here for us. So it makes sense for me to be here. We've made a lot of good partnerships and connections. And so, yeah, just for the time being, I think up until the point of when we list, I'm just going to stay here. And after listing, we'll see what happens and see if I go back to the UK or if I'll be staying here. I've recently become a resident here, so it's kind of like my second home. But anyway, and I enjoy being here. The weather, though, is getting too hot. So I think, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But in the next couple of months, the weather's going to be seriously hot. So I'll just play it by ear and see how it all pans out.
I totally understand. Perfect. And how's things going until now?
Yeah, I mean, things are going well as scheduled and as planned. We've had to kind of things with our tokenomics and everything's fine. Business as usual. Funds are still being raised daily, and we're looking forward to listing the project in the coming months.
And I heard that you are planning also to launch some NFTs, Metaverse Planetarium game. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a new development within the project. We've been working on it now behind the scenes for a couple of months, and we are due to launch our 3D AI meta battle bots just before we list. So we're going to probably around the week, maybe 10 days before we list on the exchanges, we'll be launching the meta battle bots. They'll be open as a pre-sale to the existing investors of the project, and they'll have ability to buy the first batch that we launch at a cheaper price. I think it's only fair for the community to be able to whitelist for the pre-sale. And then, of course, after that has been sold out, we'll then open it up in the public mint where anybody can purchase the meta battle bots. So the idea is that we're also building a Metaverse play-to-earn gaming platform, and that's probably going to take around 18 months from listing to build and make go live. So when you buy a meta battle bot, what you'll be able to do if you hold ATEC tokens is you can then boost your APY by staking your MetaBot effectively. So that's basically the idea behind it. So you can earn rewards whilst you're waiting for the Metaverse gaming platform to go live. And it's basically by buying one of the battle bots, it gives you a membership to be able to go into the Metaverse platform that we're building. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a way of you playing to earn rewards in ATEC tokens, basically.
That's interesting because you are also catching the trend and you're adding something extra. Most of the people knows that it's only the AI blockchain service provider, but you're actually adding more things to be even more interested. And also you're giving a priority to the existing investors and holders of the AI tech token.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, something as well that's important for the audience to understand is that we will evolve as time goes on, and when we see opportunity, we will obviously take it. You know, we're here to build something very big and powerful, and we want everybody to join us on the journey. And anyone that's already invested into the project will obviously benefit from the additions that we're adding to the project. So with our HPC center that we'll be building, we already have an existing business in place that has demand for the services that we'll be able to offer when we go live. And that's via our co-founder, Adrian Stoica, and one of his existing businesses, Soft Galaxy International. So they have a lot of existing clients that they currently service that have demanded the services that we're currently putting in place via the Solidus AI Tech project. But what we've also realized is that there's a lot of metaverse and play-to-earn gaming companies that are now sort of popping up, and we've met a lot of them whilst being out here in Dubai, you know, attending various events. I would say 90% of companies at the events that are showcasing their business and promoting it are in the metaverse or play-to-earn gaming space. So for us, we see an opportunity. We knew the opportunity was there, but I think we didn't realize that the opportunity was there so quickly. We plan to allow these entities to use our high performance computing power in the future, but I think it makes sense to allow these organizations to begin applying to become a partner of Solidus AI Tech. So when we go live and their projects go live, they can then utilize our supercomputing power from our HPC servers to help them to run their metaverse and play-to-earn gaming platforms. So, I mean, ours is going to take, I would say, from when we conclude the ICO, I would say it would take between 12 to 18 months to buy the goods, get them delivered, and make them live and operational. And by that time, there's going to be tons of games and metaverses that require our power. So it makes sense to begin allowing these types of companies to apply to become a partner of ours. So we're building a pipeline of business so that when we're live, these companies can also go live with our power. So and the thing as well that it is quite important is that a lot of these companies will want to pay for the services that they'll be needing to purchase in the form of a cryptocurrency. And obviously we have the ATEC token that's linked to our IaaS platform, and you'll be able to use those tokens to license the services or rent the hash power that we're able to provide. So it makes sense for crypto-based companies to use our services.
Yeah, so that will also create more utility for the token as well. But that's good. Exactly. That's very good news. I see you recently had a VC investments. Can you tell us which it was?
Yeah, sure. So we recently brought on, I think it was 4 advisors that are classed top 10 on the ICO holder website, top 10 blockchain advisors globally. And from that, we've had a lot of VC introductions. And we've recently took an investment from a company called Arcacia Digital. They're a US-based VC. And from that, they've then introduced us to a number of VCs, and it's kind of it's getting quite interesting. So we had to look at the structure of the rounds that we had, because for us, we didn't really think about this. For a VC to invest after a private sale round is not attractive. You know, for them to buy into a round later on than a private sale, they want to invest at seed level.
Yeah, I know how they invest usually.
Exactly. So, I mean, the backstory of why we didn't go with VCs to begin with is that I've been investing in crypto myself. I bought my first Bitcoins back in 2015. And shortly after that, you know, I started to look at ICOs and wanting to get into, you know, early rounds for the obvious reasons. And I found it very difficult to be able to enter into like a seed or a private sale of an ICO, unless, of course, you knew the founders directly and you had, quite a bit of money to inject into the business to begin with. So, and it was quite difficult. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to offer the private round to retail investors without the need of having VC money. So we opened it up to a network of clients to which I had access to, friends and family members also, and we allowed individuals to invest $1,000 as a minimum investment, and we raised the money quite quickly because of that. We did want VC money, but we knew that we could access the private retail money quicker at the same time because we had the network. It just kind of made sense to do it. But what I didn't really see is that when we then started to have interest from VCs, they wasn't really interested in buying later than the private sale round. So that's kind of led us to have to structure the tokenomics slightly and the rounds and the vesting, because the play to earn game that we are now launching obviously needs tokens to be able to play to earn in ATEC tokens. So that kind of forced us to have to restructure the tokenomics. After speaking to the advisors that we brought on, they was looking at our vesting schedules, and it wasn't really looking too good because of the market sentiment. The market's very flat at the moment. We obviously want to list as soon as possible because we have a community waiting for us to list. But at the same time, we need to list in a time that's right for the business, because it's better to delay it and list when the market sentiment's a little bit more bullish than listing when the market's flat. There's not as much buying volume, and then the community are upset because they didn't get the 10 or 20x or whatever it was that they was expecting. So yeah, we've kind of delayed things for a number of different reasons, not just because of that, but we've delayed things on the listing, and that wasn't an element of it. And yeah, we've took advice, and we've had to restructure the rounds as well. We've restructured the tokenomics for the play to earn game, and also the vesting schedules, because the way it was structured, with the market sentiment being how it was, and not having, massive buying volume, it wouldn't have made sense to list and give that many tokens out there to investors. It would have just caused a huge dump. And this is a long-term project. We really care how how this project performs when it lists. So we've had to change things around slightly, and all of this is going to be announced via an email, and then I'm guessing this video will then be maybe attached to the email or released, so that our community can understand, we have changed things around, but we've done it for the right reasons, and it's all with good intentions. We want this project to be successful, and it will be successful now based on changes that we've made within the company. So yeah, we had a VC investment with Acacia Digital, US-based VC firm, and off the back of that, they've introduced us to some actually very big VCs that we're currently in talks with. And yeah, so it's quite exciting. I think within the next couple of months, we'll have quite a few VC investments, and then we'll list shortly after that.
Okay, perfect. And when will investors be able to claim and stake their tokens?
Yeah, it's a good question. So basically, we've teamed up with a company that are building our claim portal. They're also building in the vesting portal as part of the claim portal, and they're building us a staking platform as well. So originally we was going to have one staking pool, but that's kind of not the best thing to do, because if you have one staking pool with a allocation of tokens attached to it, and not many people are staking to begin with, then the APY is going to be ridiculously high. And then the more and more people stake, the less the APY becomes. But then you've then got investors that you've then got investors that have earned tons and tons and tons of tokens, and they will then sell them on an exchange to obviously flip it into whatever currency they want. So that's not a very good strategy. So what we've actually done is we've now come to the conclusion that we're going to have a number of smaller staking pools for maybe 30 days, then we'll have one for 60 days. So there's going to be different time frame periods for staking pools, and those the longer you're staking for, the higher the rewards will the rewards are going to be effectively. So and that will all be available literally just after we list. So for example, if we was to list on the 15th of July and we was listing at 12 o'clock, shortly after that the claim portal will go live, and you'll be able to start claiming your tokens as per the vesting schedule. And then you'll be able to stake the tokens that you have literally straight away, and you can start earning your rewards.
I think that's quite interesting, and I like this more because most of the projects, they do like you say, they start in the beginning, sometimes even with thousands % of API, and then goes to it goes very down anyway. Yeah. And in the end, the people doesn't really earn something.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, what happens is that everyone goes crazy about this APY that this company's offering, and then more and more people jump onto it, and the APY within a very, very short space of time then actually goes down to a very low APY. But the ones that got involved in the APY to begin with, the higher APY, they will then start to sell the tokens, and that will then create more sell pressure. Which is not what we want. So this is why we've adopted a new strategy of having smaller staking pools, for whatever is convenient for that particular investor.
Anything else that you would like to share with our audience so they can learn more, anything important about the whole project and the developing in the future things, anything that will be helpful?
Yeah, so one thing that's been coming up in the Telegram community channel is the smart contract. So we've not released it yet. There is a reason behind that. So originally we was due to release it beginning of the year. We had some delays with our smart contract audit with Certic, not because of Certic. Certic were very efficient. It was more to do with our developers, getting information across to them. So there's quite a bit of back and forth. So the Certic audit got completed, and it was absolutely fine. There was a couple of points that they raised with us, and we got back to them and kind of resolved the queries. There was one thing that they did bring up, which was the fact that we had a centralized wallet, and I think they prefer to have like a multi-sig wallet where more than one individual has access to the private keys, which for me is riskier because then more people have access to the smart contract via the private keys. And we decided to stick with the single wallet, and we took advice from the developers, and that's why we kept it as what it was. But where we've now been working on the MetaBots and the play to earn platform, we knew that we would have to restructure the tokenomics, which would mean then restructuring the smart contract and the audit, which is why we haven't deployed the original smart contract on the mainnet, because once that's been deployed on the mainnet, you can't really go, you can't go back from it. So we've been delaying it because of that. And also as well, we're looking to integrate our ERC20 smart contract with the Polygon network, so that when it comes to the point of us having the tokens available to be claimed by the community, they're not paying ridiculously high gas fees. So that's also something else that we're working on. So had a call with the developers yesterday, and they're saying within 2 to 3 weeks, the smart contract will go onto the test net, and then shortly after that onto the mainnet. I mean, I don't really understand what the urgency is with the smart contract. We've had the original one audited, and there was nothing untoward with it. So people in the community can see that the smart contract's all right. We've just had to now make a new one because of the tokenomics within the from the play to earn game, and we're also integrating it with the Polygon network. I mean, what can they do with a smart contract? They can't get their tokens yet. You know, is it a case of them just wanting to see the ticker and sign on their MetaMask wallet? You know, what can they do? Are they just wanting to see the logo of our project on their MetaMask wallet? I mean, there's nothing they can do. We're not going to be releasing any tokens until, of course, we've listed, because of the way that our vesting schedule is structured. So I understand people are eager to have the smart contract address, but at the same time, people can see in the community that every day we're progressing, we're moving forward, we're always giving announcements, and that the project's growing and growing. We're adding new things to it, so that in itself should give people confidence that we are going in the right direction. And the smart contract, I get it, they want to see it, but it will come, and people that are patient will be able to have that smart contract address in the very near future.
All right, makes sense. So thank you for your time and for your answers and for all this information. I think it was very helpful. Also, I got some more new things I didn't know yet, and also my audience, I think it would like and would love all this information. So link's going to be below this video for the website to join the pre-sale if anybody wants to join or to study more, and also for the social media of Solidus AI Tech. So just check below the video description in the comments. I want to thank you again for your time, and we'll keep in touch, and probably in the future we'll have another conversation again.
Yeah, definitely, Janice. Yeah, thank you for your time, and good to speak and see you as always. And I look forward to catching up with you again soon.